ask me.
some shit that I'm gonna answer.
I'm gonna give it to you raw.
Uh-oh. I might like it like that.
All right.
Baby, bounce for an ounce. Bounce, baby, bounce. Baby coming over, I told her to bounce. I'm like, baby, bounce if you wanna
What's up,
see an
y'all?
ounce.
You're here live in the building with myself, Danikillaforuna, and my special guest, Knoc-turn'al.
Hey, how you doing?
How you doing,
Did
man?
you just turn that song off? It was banging.
That shit was banging, wasn't it?
Yeah, can we have it back one more time, please?
If you wanna see
Oh,
an
yeah.
ounce.
Yeah, turn that shit up.
Is that really even a question? She said she really wanted, let me give
That's
you
what
a
I'm talking
suggestion. She pushed me on my back, now she giving me her
Go
confession.
get 'em!
She bouncing
Oh,
and
she
moving
getting it on right now.
like it's
Y'all don't see
a
that?
profession. Damn, got that loud
Brought out the
pack in
ratchet
this
in
That
me.
big bounce.
Keep it real, motherfuckers.
that's
We
right.
gotta keep it real. Hey, you know, I got a song too, just to let people know. We are here at a very good radio station. This is Knoc-turn'al. I will be taking over your airways for the next 30 to 45 minutes. We're going to tie her up, put her in the back. We got the
Just like
Incredible
she
Hulk
like it.
mixed with King T as her security, so that's going to be a rough one.
He likes it rough, too. Don't worry.
How high are you?
I think he got on some Ray-Bans. That's some new shit.
That high. Okay, I got it. You can high five Jesus right now, can't you?
Pretty much. I think I
request
still
the
owe
highest
Moses the nickel.
of high fives.
All right, how we doing today?
Man, thank you so much for being with us
Oh,
tonight.
not a problem.
You know, one thing that I love about you, and I don't know if a lot of our listeners know this or not, but not only you're hardworking, not only are you dedicated to your craft, but you
Indeed.
also remain humble and grounded and in
Yeah.
tune with the things that matter the most. I always hear you dropping gems about what's really important
Yes.
when it comes to lifestyle and just experience in general. So
Yeah.
I just wanted to give you props for that.
Well, you know, like, truthfully, I had hustle before I had rap. You know, God blessed me to be at the place that I am right now, which is I got 82 million records in globally. Even with Sony, I got distribution through Sony, and I appreciate them for that. And they, you know, this time around, they asked me, they was like, you know, what do you want for an advance? I was like, absolutely nothing. I would like a 80-20 split my way, and I don't want to advance. That way I don't owe you nothing, so you can never fire me.
I like
You
that.
know, when they do their audits, you know, those that don't know, they do their audits the last 3 months of the year. Their distribution is only operating for 9 months. So at the end of the year, when they do their audits, I never owe them any money. All I got to do is put a song that I always make them money. I haven't released the album in a few years, and I called Lamar Lagarde from Sony Red, and I was like, "Oh, so you guys fired me yet?"
chuckled.
He was like, "Stop playing. You don't owe us any money. We can't fire you." You know, at the time, you know, my wife was like, "Are you stupid? You should have took the money." I'm like, "No, I'm not stupid. This is a lifelong commitment. I don't owe you no money. You can't fire me." And that's the most brilliant deal that I think I've ever taken in my life. So those that are new in the industry understand just because it's an advance doesn't mean that it's a good thing, because an advance means that all the limos and everything that you get, the 5-star hotels, everything, the cars that you ask for, the house that you ask for, before you receive a penny back, you got to pay that label back. And
Yep.
if you don't give them the money fast enough, they're going to drop you from the label. And even if you go to another label, the label you go to, that's the new label, they have to pay you out and buy you out of that deal
Yep, that's right.
before you could even get another deal. So
It's more like a loan.
for all those who are really trying to make it in this industry, understand the internet is impeccable. And you can make a lot of money just by focusing and learning the game without actually getting a piece of penny out of anybody's pocket except for you doing what you're supposed to do as a person of interest. Don't give a smartphone to a dummy like me, because I will actually figure out how to use it.
That's right. That's right.
And when I figured out how to use it, guess what happened?
What happened?
I don't need your money. I can make my own.
Yep, that part. That part. Not only
Technology is a
that,
motherfucker.
you know, on top of the fact that, you know, you stay hardworking, one thing that I really admire about you is that your ego, a lot of people, they're motivated by their ego, and their ego is what determines their decisions. You are motivated by legacy and logic and
Yes.
passion. And your ego is just not there, because if people knew who the fuck you really are,
Right. Then they would be like, oh my God. And
Yeah.
I don't worry about stuff like that because, I mean, where would I be if, God didn't give me a talent and Dr. Dre didn't notice who I was or like even cared. Like it was people there and I basically went into an audition and I didn't know what to say. Like I was like, oh my God, this is Dr. Dre, this and that. And I'm like, okay, I'm an underground rapper. I could do this. So I just went in there and I just started freestyling. He changed the beat. I changed my rap style. He changed the beat again. I changed my rap style again. And he was like, man, how many people in there are in there? And I was like, I don't know. He was like, well, let's find out. So at the end of the day, every time he changed the beat, he changed it maybe about 6 to 10 times. I just changed my rap style. And then he was like, he fell out the chair like, okay, that's enough.
yeah,
And that's what helped me get
sold.
on the Chronic 2001. You know what I mean? And that was a great start for me. Like
I mean, you hear that, people? A great start for me. And really,
Yes.
truly, because I remember you from before that.
yes,
I was trying to go through my CDs. I wanted to bring one of the original CDs I had of yours and get it signed. I know you got like over 8 or 10,000 songs in your catalog. Some
yes, I
along,
do. Like
along.
if you look up Knoc-turn'al, which is spelled because since I came out with Knoc-turn'al, there's all kind of knock, there's all kind of Knock. If you want to like look up the real rapper named Knoc-turn'al, first of all, you got to look up Royal, like Crown Royal,
Yep.
Royal, last name Harbor, like Pearl Harbor, Harbor. That's my government name. It didn't say the rapper Royal Harbor. And the first thing it's going to do is punch in Knoc-turn'al. And that is the real Knoc-turn'al, not all this other fake shit that's on the internet. But Knoc-turn'al is somebody that's been in for a while. I like to party. I like to have fun. Even though I'm a big ass kid, sometimes even my daughter be like, "Would you grow up already?" Like, but I can't do it. I remain humble. When you're talking about being humble, it's about understanding that the fans make you. And, a lot of people make themselves unapproachable because they walk around with security guards that got guns, which most people don't know that those security guards are off-duty police. So you got people that's walking around with the police talking about they gangster rappers and they tough and trap music and this and that, and I sell drugs. But they walking around with people in black suits that's the police. Uh-oh, did I just do that?
Yep. That's
See?
you.
I just talked about somebody
Stay
talking about the
working.
police.
You stay working.
Watch this. Watch this. This is how you know I stay working. Watch this. We got to do this. So what's up, homie? What they say?
We said, it's a party bus. It's a party bus that's gonna scoop us. And the name of the spot is the Harbor. No, the Harbor Bar. You heard of
Okay. All right.
That's a go.
All right. Well, I'm on live right now, so I appreciate you, booby, always. So look, hit me back in a minute. I thank you, and I appreciate it. You hear me?
that?
I got to turn my phone off now.
Call me when you finish.
Yes, sir. I will. Not a
will.
problem.
Don't forget.
All right. Love you always.
All right.
Yes.
Royal Harbor at the Harbor Bar. I
Nah.
think you got to do it.
I think that's a sign.
Definite synchronicity at place. Now, with a name like Royal Harbor, what made you even change to Knoc-turn'al? I mean, that's a dope ass name, I think that's hard.
Well, that was you gotta realize that Royal Harbor is my government. That's what my dad, my father, he named me. And those who don't know, my father's name is Willie Dynamite. They did documentaries on him and everything. And good guy. But he's like,
All the best ones are.
Yeah, he's.
My mom is too.
You know what I mean? But he taught me a lot about just being a man and remaining humble, and just being real with myself, and taught me a lot as a father who I could really be. I came from a separate household and all that. It's not about what you came from. It's about how can you conquer what you've gone through, and understand that your life is important.
Absolutely.
And so, he never instilled in me what I can't do. He was like, "Do you think I named you Royal because I didn't think that you would be in lights and your name would be in lights one day? I just didn't know it was going to be Knoc-turn'al." And Knoc-turn'al is the character I created for myself to make money. It doesn't mean that I don't have nocturnal tendencies, and like what I'm saying is not true. I am a street narrator, and I really am a block baby. But the whole thing is nocturnal is a person that I want you to know that I don't want to be every day. So when I go home, I'm Royal Harbor. When I got to go do what I want to do or have to do as a block baby or entertainer or anything else, I go out, and that's my get like my alter ego. Like, but even like now, Nocturnal's not a bad dude. I'm being Nocturnal right now, but at the same time, there's a balance between Nocturnal and Royal Harbor. I still got to remain myself.
That's right.
And the funniest part, I watch artists all the time, and like, you know, what they do is even when they're on interviews and everything else, they don't give you their whole heart. They be like still like in their character mode, instead of just giving you a feel of being like, look, man, I got blessed because I got a talent, and this is what it is. It's not nothing more major than that. Just the fact that somebody paid attention to me, and this is why I'm famous now. It's not because, oh, I'm this tough or I'm that hard. It's because I could put poetic. See, people don't even know rap is recording abstract poetry. That's what rap really means, R-A-P. So I can rap and put abstract poetry onto a beat, and this is why I'm here. Everybody would be like, oh, yeah, no, you know what I'm saying? I was out here doing this. And it's just like, no offense, because I like his music. 21 Savage, claiming Atlanta. And then come to find out he's from the UK. I don't
European.
claim somewhere where I'm not from. I didn't grow up sitting there telling you, yeah, I do this, I do this. I make fun, I make party music.
Yeah.
And I'll sneak a little couple things in there, like, please don't try me, because I really mean that. But because it's either you or me, Slick. But at the same time, you don't hear me running around building my career off of beef. You don't hear me running around poking at any other artist. You don't hear me running around saying what I will and won't do, and this person's whack, and this. I just be myself. And either people are gonna love me for me, or they're gonna actually just be like, you know what, I don't like his music, and that's fine either way. But I think the majority will end up liking it because I actually take my time. And I got a melodic feel. I'm not just monotone like a lot of these rappers that are out. Like I got a lot of different angles I can come with when it deals with music.
That you
know what I
do.
mean?
And the ghostwriting too, if you don't mind touching on that a little bit, because
Of course.
these days, you know, there's so much ghostwriting taking place, and you know, people are a little more vocal about it. So we got people like Drake, who we already know have ghostwriters. You
But a
know,
lot of the
B-Mac,
great-
the Queen, is a ghostwriter
Yes.
for, I heard, you know, I'm not even gonna say who it is because people get upset about it.
Well, you got diversity when it comes to different things, but you know, me personally, I don't have to worry about somebody writing my lyrics because I think there's a lot of people in here. I think I should be diagnosed with something. I don't know. I should be getting like a really big check from SSI. I don't know.
That's what's up. That's what's up. But I mean, you've penned a lot.
Yeah, I have from, of course, Dr. Dre, which, you know, at the time he was going to sign me, which was a brilliant thing in my idea of my mind, but then I had to think about it, which is how many people does he have signed to his label already? And I don't want to be like in the background, like somebody on the shelf waiting to come out. So I asked him, you know, he was with Larry Chapman and Mike Lynn, and you know, and I was just like, well, how many people you got signed to your label? He was like, around 250. I was like, well, I don't want to be 251. Is it possible, Dre, can you? And this is how people don't understand how reasonable Dre is. I was like, is it possible for you to help me build a label and I write for you? And he was like, you know, you're a smart man. He was like, that is the most brilliant thing that I heard in a long time. You know, I want the money. It's not about the money, the fortune, or the fame. It's about I have a talent. And I would really like the world to see it. You know, over 82 in, I'm like, I'm not done yet. You know what I mean? I got a lot to show still. Like, the funniest thing that I could ever think about is when I actually put together my catalog and I call it the Book of Knoc at the end of the day. I'm not going to call it the greatest hits. I'm going to call it the Book of Knoc because it's probably going to be more than 15 different CDs, but each CD will probably have at least 100 songs on it. Or you could just buy a chip.
I'm getting like a Bible feel when you said the Book of Knoc, and
Knoc
it's,
is
you know, how many
every
CDs it
single
is. It's kind of
song
like
that I've
biblical.
ever been affiliated with, all of that is like, you're going to see the history of Knoc.
I'm pre-ordering that.
I mean, I'm 20 years in now. Like, you know, like, so
That's what's up.
it's like, it's so crazy. Like, I wouldn't believe how much, like, even when I walk and go in and be like, damn, that's Knoc-turn'al. You're a living legend. I'd be like, hold on, I'm not done yet.
Still going.
Yeah, I'm trying to
Speaking
become an
of that,
icon.
Being a living legend and your new product, your project coming out.
My project is product.
Right? Blah Blah is one of the tracks on
Yes,
that.
that's the first song. The first song that Sony ever released from me, and when they first signed it was blah 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 blah.
We're gonna hear
is
that
funny.
and a little bit more in the mix right now with
Yeah,
DJ
DJ
Lags, and then
Lags,
we'll be
yes,
back with
indeed.
Knoc-turn'al in just a second, y'all.
Not a paribum.
Yay.
A wiggy 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 wiggy.